I'm Phoenix Wright, and if one more person says open and shut case, I'm gonna lose it in the courtroom. Naturally, this is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
Well, thanks. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so.
Is it just me that did not realize that the red is not the judge's shirt, it's a tie?
It is a tie, correct?
I did not know this.
I've drawn him more times than I would like to admit, so... This is your final chance.
At least you haven't.
And by that, it's like 2 times, by the way.
This is a huge
Glad you
decision.
clarified.
I'd better think this through all the way.
Not guilty.
I mean, yeah, right? Like, I'm not gonna say
It really
Maya
wouldn't be
killed someone.
justified self-defense, would it?
No.
I think you're, because that's what Mia's, well, I guess Mia was also.
If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor.
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal.
Is Francisca gonna scream now?
You! No, she's gonna whip us, apparently.
I mean...
No.
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir.
Well,
Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir.
Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Eek! I mean, eek! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
She's just fucking whipping people in the court! I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Where's the bailiff? Isn't this illegal?
Nothing's illegal in this court,
Nick's
I guess.
presses a little too hard, the judge. I'm about to hold you in contempt of Francisca von Karma. Literally hits people with a whip.
I guess you could say the judge is pretty whipped.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
So this is the costume. It's a uniform. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this.
This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Costume?
Stop calling it a costume, these are just her clothes. I'm
All
sorry.
right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
Don't say that, Phoenix.
Huh! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Hold it! Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal?
Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. However, the prosecution may whip me. That is fine.
Are you fucking kidding me, Your Honor?
All right. Please just stop glaring at me like that.
Oh,
My
dang.
weak old bones
You
can't
really
handle
said
it.
that.
You are over your
Costume?
osteoporosis.
I lied, okay? I lied for attention.
Oh.
I didn't see any psyche locks. Hold
He
it!
didn't know that was the truth.
Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else?
She's
I'm
literally
sad.
never worn anything else, Phoenix.
You only ever wear that suit.
Hold it! This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. Oh man.
So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Gleam.
Gleam?
Gleam?
Yes.
Well... Objection! If you must change the topic, then a good detective here must testify again. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on.
Fuck off.
Yes.
This time
Ms. Von Karma is perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Probably press further, right?
Probably.
Why is Ms. Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that.
She objected.
There must be something about this costume.
Oh.
I just have to look harder. What's
Is
that?
there a...
We gonna
A
rotate
hole?
it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Wright.
I don't think I can rotate things anymore because that case was added, like, after this game.
Well,
Well, we're sad.
We don't have the technology.
bring Emma back. Ms.
There's
Von
no-
Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Perhaps with a hole.
Mhm.
Ah!
Stab with the knife.
Looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There is one little thing.
There is nothing wrong.
Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Where is this problem you are talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Perhaps...
The hole?
Take that! I ask the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
The sleeve? There is a tiny hole here.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on.
Hold on.
What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder.
Why are you smelling it?
Judge also a bloodhound?
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
Isn't that kind of your job?
A hole that smells of gunpowder.
Put the fucking judge on the case. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for.
This game needs to stop.
Your Honor,
Is,
the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. How did the judge smell that?
Order! 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 This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Press the check button for details.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. I'm gonna check it for details.
While you're at it, you should check Francisca's profile.
I will. Oh, it's just looking at this picture. Okay.
Woo!
18.
Okay.
Eat this.
Look at this
that is a
image.
youth.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That, just now, was a fluke, nothing more. Objection! How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir. Hold it! He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal.
So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around the murder changed drastically.
Ugh. We're in real trouble now.
There is a bullet hole in her cloak.
If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma. She thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Well, I mean... Can we just present the clothing again?
I doubt it. What else do we have?
Sorry guys, I'm gonna lose us the lives this time. Oh well.
Objection! It was the clothing. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
Oh well.
Fuck. It does. I don't see anything contradictory.
Huh? Really?
Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
We were thinking.
Whoops,
think
that
around
didn't
here.
go so well. God damn, I feel like whenever I'm like, yes, it's definitely this, and then I'm wrong. And then this time I was like, alright, I'm probably wrong. But maybe I'm not. Maybe it's not this either. Objection! Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right.
It seems you are correct.
Holy shit!
If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
All right. The wind seems to be shifting.
The wind?
Ha! What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Damn. Ms. Von Karma?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said.
Fuck.
They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ack! Now that you...
Why, that's right.
Well,
Guys, you know what I'm remembering suddenly?
What?
On Bridezilla's, the like whip sound effect.
Which means... the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No!
Well, yes, that's true.
Oh my god.
wow.
Just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Judge,
Is it
you should
just
know this
me?
information.
Is it just me, or is the judge saying, huh, so much more?
It replaced.
I feel like he was saying it a lot before.
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
I love that she has the same like tick as her dad.
Yeah,
That's character design, baby.
it really is. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah!
You are a detective, aren't
Oh
you?
my god.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. This is worse than lowering his salary.
Yeah.
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
This scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright?
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Hold it! There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. Objection! You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright. Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Karain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. Also, she would have had huge badonkadonks.
As per usual.
I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Karain channeling technique.
And Maya's badonkadonks?
Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Hold it! So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness.
What?
Is nonsensical.
Sorry.
So the victim lost 10 pints of blood?
Do you have?
Is that what you're saying?
I guess it would be wild if they took 10% of your blood, but...
You have 6 liters of blood, right?
I don't know.
Depends on body size.
But like an average of 6 liters of blood. Hold it! I don't know why I know this. Where in the world did that pistol come from? Wait,
Average
like...
person has 9 to 12 pints.
Yeah, but how many liters is that?
That means they take like 10% of your blood. That's wild.
Yeah.
I am waiting to be proven correct.
4.5 to 5.5.
I'll take it. It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Oh!
Okay.
Sure.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? Hold it! So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, Peril, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Hold it! Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder?
Why had he taken off safety?
You have a hand, Phoenix.
Now, do you understand? I really like her, like, cravat tie-in, but it's like a ribbon.
Yeah.
That's good character design, baby.
Karma's.
Avant Karma's logic is perfect.
I want to know why the safety was off.
His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay. What's our contradiction?
Wait, go back one?
Oh, I think maybe it's that because the bullet hole in the screen was at like 8 inches off the ground or whatever.
Yes.
And if he was trying to shoot at
Like
Maya, he wouldn't have shot
those
down.
couldn't have been the
Channeled
same
Maya.
shot.
yeah, but
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
thinking earlier.
I don't know that that's like necessarily the right place to put it, but I just think
Can we
it'll
look at
come
the fucking map?
off.
Very helpful.
It does not show where the people are
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
it does
be.
kind of look like with that angle it could hit Maya's, because it was her right sleeve, right?
Yeah. No, it was her
Oh.
left sleeve.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it looks like it could have hit her left sleeve and then that corner.
I bet it's gonna come out that it was from that corner, that it was shot from behind the screen, and it went
Yeah.
through the
Yeah, I mean,
There
there
is a lot of
was
space.
absolutely someone behind that screen.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
space behind that screen.
And it's dark.
Could be
You can't
someone
see
back
if
there.
anyone's back there. The truth come out. Does Maya is innocent?
I bet it's gonna be the key. The key is the key to the case.
I don't know if the key is
Say
the
the
key
key.
right now.
Say the key. Say the key.
No,
Go.
My bad.
I have no other ideas, so. Objection! Amy is too powerful.
Damn.
It's these damn clothes.
Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
I thought it was gonna like fucking zoom in, like enhance.
Oh my god.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting. You said the two of them are fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Amy?
God
Holy
damn.
shit! Amy is too good at this game.
Just play on our own.
How do you do this every time?
I don't know.
Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh, Phoenix's gumshoe impression is very good.
Oh, that's almost like my own voice, pal. But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Holy shit, Amy, Ace Attorney.
AAA.
Take that, Matt. Who's the lawyer now?
Burns!
Like those gunpowder burns.
Ooh, that is a very good point. I have to make up for my poor voice acting somehow. And what exactly does this mean?
It's good. It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. Objection! I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With
a gun?
wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
And
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? Objection! As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then... Love that she's also grabbing her shoulder.
Yeah.
That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think.
Something doesn't
So-
make sense.
yeah,
I mean, Yeah, right? I'm worried because I feel like the farther we get in these games, eventually we're gonna have to stop bluffing and, like, actually think. But,
Well,
like,
I mean,
something doesn't make
That's
sense,
so,
right?
that's so
Like,
central
why?
to Phoenix's character.
We're just method acting.
There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal?
Flaw? Yow!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking.